What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the Hidden Rows. It's Yuttari and I'm back with another tutorial video. Today we're going over making thumbnails, just my process of making thumbnails. So right now I'm using this app called Baza Art. It's really good. It's really user friendly and beginner friendly. Right here I have all my past projects. So we're gonna start a new project by pressing that plus sign in the middle. See all my pictures from my camera roll. But we're gonna start a new project, which will take us to this transparent screen. The first thing I like to do is change the size to a thumbnail size. Key thing to note that this is a in-app purchase, so this app is really good. But to unlock its full potential, just buy the purchases. It's up to you. But yeah, after I choose the size, next I want to choose a color for my background. So the way I do is I look at my past thumbnails and I see, okay, this is the colors I've been doing. So what can I do to make it pop? So right now I decided to go with green here. So after you choose a color, a good thing to do is to choose a filter on it. That way you can make it more unique than how it appears. That way it'll give your thumbnails a little bit more flavor, a little bit more variety when you are making them. So yeah, so I'm trying to find a filter that I like that'll make it more green, which I found it here. After you finish your background, then you're going to want to find your image. So you go to Google and you want to put in whatever image that you're looking for with PNG. PNG gives you images that are transparent, meaning they don't have a background. So find your character, whoever may be, maybe it's like a Naruto character, whatever, and then put PNG. Here I put Ino Yamanaka, and I put the last because this is my favorite version of her. So the reason why I chose Ino is because I've been doing a lot of waifus and she's on my top 10 list for waifus. So I decided to do a Ino thumbnail. So after you find your image, which is the one that I found here, you want to go ahead and save it. I really like this image because it's an action pose. Ino looks pretty good in that one. The thing that you'll notice is that it still has its background attached to it. So I didn't find a transparent or PNG one. So I'm just doing a one last minute check before I choose my next step, which is a background to fill in the back of your character. So you could do this with whatever, but I decided to go with butterflies just because Ino has to deal with flowers, and Choji on her team is a butterfly or whatever. But yeah, I feel like this would match the theme of the thumbnail. So I'm just looking through here and I'm gonna choose one. But after you choose your main background, go back to your projects and then go back to the one that you started. So that's gonna be in your top left corner. That's if you're using Baza Art, which I am. So after you do that, what you want to do is you want to put on the background first, and as always, do a filter. That way, it'll make it more unique, than how you found it. And a cool tool that I like to use is called blending. What it does is it blends your image with the background, so that way the colors match up. So, like I said earlier, a lot of the in-app purchases unlock the app's full potential. So a lot of the blending tools, you're gonna want to have the purchases for them. So right now you can see that I have the full app unlocked, so I don't need to go through and buy anything. So everything's available to me. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put a filter on this butterfly and then blend it. That way it'll give that more unique feel. So after you completed your background, now you're gonna want to put on your character. So here we're gonna pick Yamanaka, and you can make it whatever size you want. But because of the way I have Ino in this photo, I'm gonna want to make it like the entire size. So as you can see, the background still there is covering things. So I'm gonna use this magic tool, which is again a thing that's not free. You gotta purchase it. So that way, it get rid of most of the background. A lot of times it'll work, but sometimes, like this time, you'll see that the image in it actually come out clean. What I gotta do is I gotta restore the parts that it cut out that I want to keep, like below her waist. Then I also want to go ahead and erase the other black parts that aren't supposed to be in there. So what I'll do is I'll go around her hair and I'll just do a little bit of cleanup. So a lot of times what you'll do is you'll go onto the internet and you'll put in PNG and you'll find an image that's already erased for you. And that's probably the best way and the easiest way to do it. However, it is available to a lot of other content creators. So a lot of people who would use their thumbnail will already have those images used. So what I like to do is I like to find images that haven't been used or already have a background, and I like to magic them. And if it doesn't come out clean, then I'll just have to go ahead and do the cleanup myself. But here we go. We have the images clean. And the reason why I like to do this is because you'll find more unique images of that character by going in and looking instead of just going through and just getting the stuff that's already transparent. So whenever you get more comfortable with actually erasing the character, then that's what I recommend. But for now, just find that whichever one is easiest for you. After you erase the background, follow the same process. So what you want to do is you'll want to find a filter, and then you're gonna want to blend it. And the reason why I like to blend it, even though like show the image in the back, is I like to have the colors match up. I like to actually have my character be there. So like say my background is green, I like to have a tint of green on my actual character. So that's why I do the blending tool. What you notice is that I'll also duplicate, because by duplicating you can put the image on the image, and instead of blending into the background, it'll blend into the other image. That way it won't look as transparent, and it'll actually look like it's it's just in the area. It's not like see-through or anything. So this is a cool trick that I use. But yeah, you'll find what works for you. After you do your character, now comes the branding. So I like to put Shinobi Striker on mines, and you put it wherever you want, or however you do it, which again is your style and preference. What I like to do is I like to blend mines in the background. So what I'll do is I'll put it in the very back, and then I'll make it black and white, and then I'll use the blending tool. That way it'll, get the take the colors of the background and look like it blended in with it. So obviously what I'm doing is from experience, so that's why it's going quickly. But again, you'll find what works for you. See here, I didn't like the way it looks because it was kind of blending into that little blob in the back, so I decided to put it here on the side. As long as I have it here on the thumbnail, then it's cool, no matter, just however it looks, however it fits. So that's pretty much the process that I go through. After I put on the Shinobi Striker, then I put on my own personal branding, which is my signature rose that I created. It's hard to find where I want to put it sometimes. And there's some thumbnails that I actually forgot to put it on or whatever. But yeah, I always have to put my rose on, and I follow the same process as the Shinobi Striker. I like to blend it. So after I find the filter, then I'll go ahead and I'll do the blending for it. So yeah, a good thing that I do is that just like the Eno where I had to like put multiple layers on it just to make it pop more, I'll do the same thing with my rose occasionally. So right now you can hardly see it. What I do is I duplicate it, put the thing on top of it again, and now you can see that it's more visible. So after you got your pretty much your layout, then you're gonna want to add text. You don't always have to add text, but I like to add text whenever it's like a tutorial or like a live stream or something like that. If it's just normal gameplay, like it's like an exciting match that I want to showcase or whatever, then I won't normally put text on. I'll just put the character. But yeah, this is a thumbnail tutorial, so I'll go ahead and put that on here. And cool things is that you'll find this more with experience on this app, because it is beginner friendly. Is you'll have like a lot of options to fill in your with the colors. So yeah, I'm just looking through here and filling in the colors, and then the same thing, you'll want to put a filter on it just to make it more unique, and then blend it. So yeah, right now I'm just adjusting the size because I don't want to cover Eno too much. I just want it to like kind of be on the side. So yeah, whatever looks good to you. Like I said multiple times with the video, this is just my process, but you'll find your own, and you'll find what works for you and what you like for your channel. Um, this is not like some sort of expert thumbnail making tutorial, because I definitely am no expert in graphic arts or anything like that. You'll want to find a professional to help you out if you're trying to get into this. maybe with a better editing or whatever software. But I'm just using this on my iPhone, so yeah, that's what you're seeing here. So yeah, after I found the image that I like and just the filter and the blending, I'm gonna do the same thing, duplicate and stack it up. That way it'll make it pop more, and then I'll go ahead and blend again so that I bring back the outline that I put on my thumbnail. So right now I'm just looking through, seeing what I like, seeing what looks good, deciding whether I want this dark one or this light one. And then it looks like I decided to go with the light one just because it makes it pop more with the image. So after you got your basic layout, now what you want to do is you just want to make sure your colors match. You know, make it to your style, how you want it to look. So what I'm doing is I'm going through the different layers that I have, and I'm just like changing it to see what colors I can make so that it'll make the image more appealing to me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna go through and look through and see what looks good, and then yep, just yep, seeing what looks good. So pretty much not much to say here other than just me testing things out. See, this is the process of me making thumbnails. Sometimes it's an easy one, but sometimes it'll take a while. So after I do that, looks like I'm gonna go ahead and add an outline to the image. Sometimes the outline is good. Sometimes it's not. Just again, your preference. I decide to make it pop on this image as and to match the text, so I decided to add an outline. There's also a shadow tool. I don't think I used it this time around, but yeah, there's a lot of features in this app, so it's really good. Right now, I'm change the background because yeah, I felt like it wasn't green enough. But there you have it, the thumbnail for this video. If you found this helpful, then go ahead and leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you next one. Peace.